Well, good afternoon to my friends and partners in ministry at the Church of the Good Shepherd. I wanted to take a few moments this afternoon to just once again apologize for what happened, the drama that we experienced in our Zoom broadcast this past Sunday. It was beyond disturbing, and I want you to know that we've taken some decisive steps to ensure that it doesn't happen again. But I do want to apologize and tell you that we all feel very badly about what had happened. The vestry will be meeting on Sunday afternoon, and on the agenda will be a discussion about how we move forward in terms of our virtual worshiping in a way that will ensure the safety and security of all of our parishioners. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation. But again, I wanted to apologize for what happened last Sunday morning. You will be receiving sometime tomorrow a flock note with some new login information for how you access the Sunday morning liturgy, as well as a copy of the bulletin for Advent 3 and a trifold of current announcements as well. So be on the lookout tomorrow afternoon for a flock note containing information about the Sunday morning celebration of the Holy Eucharist. I wanted to just also remind you of a new event that's going to be happening tomorrow evening. We're calling it the Advent Adventure, and it will begin at 7 p.m. You received a flock note about that earlier this week. I want to thank Lori Bathurst, who came up with this idea and who has spent many hours in preparation. So if you're available, please join us for what I know will be some Advent fun and fellowship tomorrow evening from 7 until 8:30 p.m. Let me just say a word about Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Because the buildings are still closed, we'll be having a virtual celebration of the Festival of the Incarnation at 7 p.m. on Christmas Eve. And then something new that we're adding this year, at 9 o'clock, we're inviting members of the parish who are available to join us in the courtyard of the church, bring a candle, and we will have a special ceremony lighting the Christ candle for the first time and singing Silent Night. So we'll be maintaining social distance, everyone will be wearing masks, but it is an opportunity for us to gather together as a community on this most holy night of the year. So if you're available and interested, please join us. And of course, this is all dependent upon the weather. If it's pouring down rain, we won't do this. But if we have a beautiful evening, we'll gather at 9 o'clock in the courtyard for the celebration of the lighting of the Christ candle and the singing of Christmas Silent Night. And then on Christmas morning, a simple celebration of morning prayer beginning at 9 a.m. We'll be broadcasting from the chapel at Good Shepherd. So join us for any and all of these events on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Let me just provide a very brief and preliminary report of the Fall Stewardship Campaign. Now, you know that we had our consecration Sunday, Commitment Sunday on the 22nd of November. It was a virtual service because just the 2 days before we announced that the buildings would be closed and we were suspending in-person worship. But we did have our Commitment Sunday on the 22nd, and as of yesterday, as of December 9th, we've received 41 pledges for a pledged income of $116,602. And we also had, for the second year in a row, the Stewardship Challenge, where we had raised $4,000 in gifts from anonymous donors in the parish. If we could have 25 members of the parish do one of three things: either sign up for the Vanco Simply Giving online giving program for the first time, commit to increasing their weekly pledge by $5, or make a pledge of financial support for the parish for the first time. And as of yesterday, we have 19 of those 25, so it's looking very positive that we will meet the challenge and that will release those $4,000 in special gifts to the church. And just a reminder, even though the Commitment Sunday was the 22nd of November, it's not too late to make a pledge of financial support for 2021. And we did send out a letter last week to all the members of the parish who pledged in 2020, but we hadn't heard from yet in 2021. And we included in that letter a copy of the pledge form as well as a self-addressed stamped envelope to make it as easy as possible to respond. So if you haven't already responded, if you have responded, we want to thank you for your commitment. If you haven't, we would encourage you to do that sometime in the next several days. Finally, I'd like to ask for the prayers of the people for our good friend and fellow partner in ministry, Father Rick Civalier. I just learned last night that Father Rick has tested positive for the coronavirus. I spoke with Rick this morning, and he is experiencing some symptoms, mild symptoms, and he's waiting to hear from his doctor in terms of the next steps in his recovery. But I know Father Rick would appreciate your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time for him. So that's about all I have for now. Hoping to see many of you at the Advent Adventure tomorrow evening or the celebration of the Holy Eucharist on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Until then, be well and stay safe, and have a blessed Advent.